Hi and welcome to this video tutorial. In this video lecture we are going to discuss something about the compensation techniques available in control system engineering, and before going to the topic, we should know about the basic elements of a closed loop control system. This is what we are called as closed loop control system. We already know it. This is the system to be controlled. Plant is nothing but the system. The system may be mechanical, chemical system, or electrical system, electronic system, electromechanical system, whatever may be the system is going to be controlled by means of closed loop mechanism. So the system is having some inbuilt actuators, okay, and the system is producing some output. That output is taken with the help of some sensor circuitries, we are calling it as feedback circuits, and this feedback circuit is given into that comparators. This is comparators. So comparators are fed with two inputs, which is required output or otherwise reference input. Required output is nothing but what we need to achieve from the system, that is the required output, or otherwise it can be called as reference input. So this is required output, this is actual output. So these two things are getting subtracted in this comparator, and the remaining thing, that is the error. Actually what we need, this error should be minimized. We cannot make it is null, but we need to reduce the error. The amount of error should be minimized by means of using controllers or otherwise the compensators. So this error is given to the compensators, and these compensators are actually producing the manipulated signals. Okay, actually it can be it is called as control signals. Okay, so this manipulated signals or otherwise control signals are directly given to that actuators by means the plant's input is getting changed and the output is also changed. So this is what we are called as closed loop mechanism. So in this place, if the control signal is given by means of this closed loop, means the system is completely automations. Okay, so there is no need of human in that loop. The system will automatically find a solution for the problem, and it is depends upon the intelligence of this compensator or controller. Okay, so if suppose we are not using any kind of compensators, directly we are going to control the plant. Okay, so as a human we are going to give the manipulating signals or control signals to the actuators, means this is open loop. Okay, so everything can be controlled by means of open loop as well as closed loop. Okay, so this is what we are called as closed loop mechanism. So in order to understand the basics, okay, in order to understand the concept of closed loop mechanism, so I would like to introduce this example. I think it is it will be fine to understand the concept of compensators as well as closed loop mechanism. Okay, let us assume the car driving mechanism. Okay, so this is actually manual car driving mechanism. Okay, so we are considering the human as well as car as the whole system. Okay, so we are driving the car. Okay, by means, so don't consider it as a manual system or an open loop system. Okay, so we are also one part of this system. Likewise, we are assuming that there will be, this can be considered as a closed loop mechanism. So let's see, this is the car. While driving a car, two things we will usually consider. One is direction, another one is speed. Okay, so the car directions can be controlled by means of an actuator called steering control. This is done by our hands, and the speed control is taken by means of accelerator or brake controls. This is controlled by means of our legs. Okay, so these two things are the actuators in the car. So this is the car. This actuators actually giving some controlled input. I mean the controlled input is applied through these actuators only. So if you are controlling the steering, the direction will be moved. If you are controlling the accelerator or brakes mechanism, the speed of the car will be changed. Okay, so directions can be seen by means of line changes. Okay, it can be done by our eyes. Human eyes can see the line changes or whatever the diversions we are taking throughout the riding. So likewise, simply we can say that land changes can be seen by our eyes. So it can be given to the comparator. So comparator, we know that comparator is given with two inputs. One is required output, one is actual output. Required output is nothing but destination, where we need to reach, which direction we are going to ride. That is the actual destination which is fixed in our mind. So this is the required direction, this is the current direction. So by the way, the comparator, actually this comparator is present inside our brain only. Okay, so comparator as well as brain, both are the same hardware part in our brain, in our human being. So comparator is measuring the error signal. Okay, so several kilometers towards north we need to travel, but now several kilometers towards north we are going. So remaining thing, I mean the error signal is given to our brain. The brain is the compensator as well as controller in this closed loop mechanism. So based on the error, it will control the steering. Okay, so with the help of hands. Okay, so steering control means, if suppose we are deviating from north side, means surely our brain will follow one particular direction. In particular direction, it will control the it will send the signal to the hands, and automatically steering will be directed to that particular direction, and the car will move that towards that direction. Okay, so this is one variable. By means of direction I have explained now. Another thing, speed of the car can be seen by means of speedometer. Okay, in the dashboard itself we can see the speed of the car by with the help of the speedometer. The same eyes, which is a sensor, inbuilt sensor with the human, it can see the current speed, I mean the actual speed, and the speed limit. Okay, speed limit is the sense, if you want to maintain a good mileage, we will always fix one speed limit, is it not? 70 km per hour or 80 km per hour maximum speed we will fix. Okay, or otherwise if we want to go any particular lane, we need to maintain the speed, we should not exceed that speed. Okay, so this is the reference speed we need to maintain. This is the actual speed seen with the help of eyes. The difference between those two speed levels is nothing but error. This error is given to the brain. The brain is actually giving the control signals, okay, to the legs, one of the actuators. The legs is actually working with the accelerator and the brakes. Okay, if suppose we have not reached 70 km per hour, means we will give acceleration. Okay, if we are exceeding 70 km per hour, means we will give some brakes. This is based on the signals coming from the brain. So based on the actuator signals, the car will be the speed of the car will be controlled. Okay, so this is what the closed loop mechanism. So let's see this example, which means this is the reference speed or reference directions set by our brain, and this is the current direction and current speed set we are seeing through the devices called speedometer and lane changing parameters. So apart from that, some disturbance may be occurred. Okay, this is what we are calling external disturbance, environmental disturbance. So let us consider you bought one new car. In order to maintain a very good mileage, I am fixing that I need to ride my car up to 50 km per hour only. Okay, then only my new car will give good mileage. Okay, so if you want to maintain this speed, you need take control over accelerator and brake. Okay, so accelerator will speed up the car, brake will give some braking mechanism. Okay, so if you are riding the car, there is no problem. 10 km, 20, 30, 40, likewise you are giving continuous acceleration. So you are just applying acceleration over here. The speed of the car is getting gradually increased. Okay, if suppose our car is reached almost our limit, 50 km per hour, means surely we will see the speedometer changes and our brain will take the decision like we will release the accelerator. Okay, so we will not apply brake, we will release the accelerator for a little bit of time. So the exceeding of 50 km per hour will be reduced, so it will reach 51, 50, 49. Likewise, it will be, the speed of the car will be gradually reduced. It is also seen by the speedometer. Again our brain will send the signals, and surely again we will give some little bit acceleration, and we will maintain 49, 51, 50. Likewise, there will be a small oscillation between these three values. This is what we are maintaining the speed. Okay. Now this disturbance occur, which means there is a let's consider there is a speed breaker on your path. Then surely after seeing this symbol on your roadside, your eyes, one of the sensors, is giving the signal to the brain. Immediately brain is giving the control signals. Which control signal it will send? Apply brake. This is the signal, control signal given by the the brain. Now the accelerator is getting released and we are applying brake. While crossing the speed breaker, we will apply some amount of brake over there. Whatever may be the speed, we will not give acceleration on that time. We will give some brake. Okay. After crossing the speed breaker, we will release the brake. Again we will give the accelerator. So the thing is, you need to maintain 50 km per hour speed limit. Okay. For that, the brain or the controller or the compensator is actually giving the continuous commands to the actuators as well as the plant. So we can say that controllers or the compensators are the devices used to control the plant to achieve the required output or desired output. Okay, so we can say that to control the plant to achieve desired output. Okay, so at normal condition, the compensator has to help the system to reach the desired output. During abnormal condition also, I mean during disturbance condition also, during the speed breaker also, the brain has to work. It has to send the control signals. Okay, so during the normal condition as well as the abnormal conditions, I mean during the disturbance situations also, the system should reach the desired output. Okay, this is our objective. So in order to accomplish this objective, in order to reach this objective, we need the device called controller as well as the compensator. Okay, let me see the general block for this closed loop mechanism. So this is the compensator. Technically we can say this is the transfer function of the whole plant G of S. So this is plant transfer function, open loop transfer function. So this is the transfer function for GC of S. So we need to mathematically find the transfer function for this compensator also. So GC, the subscript C assigned for compensator transfer function. So this is what series compensators. Okay, so series compensation mean the open loop transfer function, the system transfer function as well as the compensator transfer function is serially connected to each other. So this is the comparator. R of S is required input, C of S is output from the system, H of S is a feedback system. So this is the overall block. Okay, so that actually mentioning the value of open loop transfer function and the compensator transfer function. So based on the characteristics, based on the application, there are three types of compensators are there: lag compensator, lead compensator and lag lead compensators. So in my next video lecture, we will see what is lag, what is lead and what is lag lead compensators. Thank you.